Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. Merlin Trinity tip of the week. So for the next 7 weeks, I'm going to give you a little bit of information that will continue each week for 7 consecutive weeks. Did you know, this is a little bit of some trivia for you. Did you know that the tarot cards, nobody actually knows where they absolutely originated from. So there's many different stories, but the one I like the best is that in years gone past, when the religions were dominating the planet and trying to convert people into their religion, then what happened is that the wisdom from the Gnostics was hidden in the tarot cards, at least in the first 22 major cards. And the story goes on to say that all of the fairy tales have wisdom embedded in them. So, for example, Peter Pan's all about longevity. Beauty and the Beast is all about seeing the beauty within yourself. It's all about the shadow within yourself, in actual fact. What are the other ones? Anyway, the main one that I'm trying to get to is Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And Snow White is God and the 7 Dwarfs are the 7 chakras, which leads me perfectly on to what I'm going to talk about. So you'll know, because you've done, what's it called, Merlin Trinity Level 1, that we cover the chakras. So I just want to give a little bit of information, not a lot, just a basic information so you have an understanding of what the chakras are. I'm going to start with the root chakra, which is where I've got this collar t-shirt on. It's the closest one I could get. It's a scruffy t-shirt, I apologize, and I'm not really sure that I'll be able to do the colors of the chakras with my shirt each week. In fact, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to, but anyway, here we go. Root chakra, that is the only chakra that is facing down to the ground, which gives us a clue as to what it's about. So it's located in the crotch, where the genitals are, which also gives us another clue about what it's about. So you know that you're a physical being. Now the root chakra is all about being physical. That's why it's the lowest one, it's the closest one to the ground, right? It's all about being grounded as well. And when I first started learning about the chakras and also about being grounded, I didn't like it because I didn't understand it, and I didn't want to learn about it because there was lots of my chakras out of balance and I was so far away from being grounded. I didn't know what grounded meant. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't understand it. So grounded means being on the ground. People often in this arena as well, in the healing arena, they're working a lot from their heart chakras up. Their heart chakra upwards. So they're space cadets. Now there's no judgment there, it's just the way things are. If you're operating from the heart upwards, which I was a lot, quite often there's not enough money in these people's lives because they're not grounded, they're not tangible, they're not taking actions regularly, right? So the root chakra, that's why money and abundance are associated with it, because it's all about taking action in the physical world and creating the life that you'd like to live in the physical world. If there's not enough spondas, dinero, money, whatever you want to call it, cash in your life, then root chakra will probably be out because it's about being in the physical. So you've got to use your other chakras to get the information down to the physical so that you'll take the action in the physical. The genitals I mentioned. The key word to this chakra is survival. And it's called survival because it's the procreation of the species, humanity as the physical race. That's why the genitals are there in the root chakra, because this is sex for the procreation of the species, not for the enjoyment of it. That's when we're moving up further to the second chakra. This is simply so that humanity continues to show up as a race. Okay, so survival is in there. Now, if somebody cannot survive, so I'm in dire situation where they can't get enough food each day and they can't get a roof over their head. Now, a lot of people complain that they don't have enough, but they're still feeding themselves and they have a place to stay. So they're not in survival. When I'm talking about survival, I'm talking about real dire situations. Now, somebody in survival like that is only working with root chakra. So all the other 6 chakras are not available for them to work with. Not at all. And they will kill for survival. There's no rationale anymore. There's no heart. There's no direction, thought, consciousness. When you're in survival, there's a need to put food and water in the body. And so survival is the key point of this chakra, but this chakra is facing downwards because it connects us to the ground. Also, did you know that since the introduction of rubber shoes, rubber soles, we're not grounding ourselves enough? In fact, we're stopping ourselves from ground. Lots of problems, health problems, are simply because you don't get your feet on the ground enough. One of the best things you can do is spend a few minutes a day with your feet on the ground. Even on concrete is better than with rubber soles, right? So get your feet in the grass if you can, just on the concrete if you can, on the floor, as often as you possibly can. Grounding is so important. Root chakra is all about grounding. And if you are stuck regarding moving on, you would put your hands, drawing the 3 symbols, put your hands on the top of your legs or the root chakra and send the energy down, because your legs are what take you forward. Metaphorically, if you open the energy channels in your legs, then you'll move forward. That will metaphorically take you forward. You'll unblock things. Again, related to the root chakra, because the root chakra is where we take actions. Okay, so the color is red. The psychological word that's associated with this color and this chakra is survival. The other thing I forgot to mention is that the chakras is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel, and so they're all wheels. They're actually a moving wheel that give and receive energy. And your chakras are checking out your space all the time. They're checking everything out all of the time. You know which seat you're going to sit in a restaurant. You know whether you like somebody. You know if there's impending danger. Your chakras are checking everything out all of the time. They are so important. So keeping them in balance, it really helps life. When your chakras are in balance, everything starts to work for you. But this week's chakra, the root chakra, color red, facing down, all about grounding and survival. Okay? Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you next week. And we'll be talking about chakra number 2, the second chakra. Thank you. Have a great day.